Have you ever been there, staring at the Databricks compute options, kind of feeling like you're about to make a decision that could either be a massive win for your project or, a really expensive mistake? Yeah, you are not alone. So today we're going to demystify all of this and turn that confusion into total confidence. Seriously, choosing the right compute can feel like you're at the final boss, and someone just handed you a list of characters with super cryptic descriptions. Like, is all-purpose compute the tank? Is it the mage? What does it even do? Don't worry, we're about to give you the ultimate player's guide. Okay, so let's forget that confusing list for a second. Instead, think of Databricks Compute as your own elite squad. Each member has a really unique set of skills, and knowing who to call for which mission, that's the key to victory. So let's meet the team. All right, first up, every great team has its reliable workhorses, right? They're the ones doing the heavy lifting day in and day out. In the Databricks world, these are the two compute types you're probably going to be interacting with the most. So first up is all-purpose compute. I want you to think of this as your high-tech garage or your workshop. It's the place where you get to tinker, experiment, and build your amazing data-driven projects. It is the perfect sandbox for data scientists and engineers to just get together and bring their ideas to life. Now, if all-purpose compute is that garage where you design your dream car, then job compute, that's the fully automated factory that's churning out thousands of them with absolute flawless precision. This is the powerhouse for your production pipelines, running on a schedule and never ever missing a beat. But there's a little catch. When you hit go on one of those big production jobs, you're not instantly off to the races. Nope, you have to wait for the engine to warm up. For a standard job compute cluster, that's about a 6-minute wait. Now, remember that number. It's going to be important in a minute. Okay, so 6 minutes might be totally fine for a job that runs overnight, but in the world of real-time analytics, that's basically an eternity. And that's where our specialists come in. These are the certified speed demons of the Databricks world. First specialist on the roster, the SQL warehouse. This is the Formula One car of Databricks. It is purpose-built for one thing and one thing only: absolute speed. It's what powers your BI dashboards and lets your data analysts slice and dice data in, like, the blink of an eye.
So, remember that 6-minute wait time we just talked about? Well, with a serverless SQL warehouse, you can slash that down to a mere 7 seconds. That is literally the difference between a happy user and one who's gone to make a cup of coffee and maybe even start on lunch.
Want another trick to beat the clock? Meet pools. Think of these as your personal pit crew. What they do is they keep a fleet of engines warm and on standby. So when you need a cluster, bam, it's ready to go in a flash. No more cold starts, just pure, unadulterated speed.
So far, we've talked about how to make your compute faster. But what if I told you there's a way to make it not only faster, but also cheaper and way easier to manage? Well, welcome to the world of serverless.
Think of it this way. With the traditional compute we've been talking about, you're kind of like the homeowner. You're responsible for everything, mowing the lawn, fixing the plumbing, all of it. With serverless, you're living in a luxury apartment with a full-time building manager. Databricks takes care of all that maintenance behind the scenes, so you can just, enjoy the view. And this, right here, this is the real game changer. With traditional compute, the meter starts running the second you flip the switch. But with serverless, you only pay for the time you're actually using the electricity. It seems like a simple change, but trust me, it can save you an absolute fortune. And even within the world of serverless, you've got options. You can go for the I need it right now performance optimized option, which is super fast. Or you can choose the I'm happy to wait a few minutes and save some cash cost optimized option. That one gives you just enough time to grab a coffee, and the best part is you're not paying for that coffee break. So there you have it, your Databricks dream team. Now let's just do a quick recap to make sure you know exactly who to call when you're in a data-driven jam.
Okay, here it is, the cheat sheet you've been waiting for. If you're exploring and experimenting with data, all-purpose compute is your go-to. Running a scheduled production pipeline, job compute has totally got your back. Need to slash those startup times to practically zero? Pools are your secret weapon. Powering a big BI dashboard for your boss? SQL Warehouse is your champion. And if you want the ultimate combo of speed, cost savings, and convenience, you're going to want to go serverless.
So there you go, the Databricks compute team completely demystified. Now you've got the knowledge to pick the perfect player for any situation. The only question left is, which champion will you deploy in your next project?